Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Romance of the Three Kingdoms 10. This is going to be the final video. I am the mysterious JG, and Jing Sai's troop of our army, that is the army of Wu, has occupied Jiangping. Zhuge Liang has been captured. Well, I'm going to spare... I guess I can spare him because I wanted to make him my sworn brother, but, I mean, in the novel at least, he's directly responsible for Zhou Yu's death. Ziggy Dude has been captured. Mr. Sirius has been captured. Civil Destroy 3 has been captured. Ma Baorong, Rosemont Kwanda, Wang Yi, Zhao Ren, Yang Natsuki, Lu Ban, Lu Gi, Lu Dai, Lu Jiang, Lu Guang, Lu Guan. I feel like, for some reason I'm flashing to that one Blondie song where they do like rap and so, and the guy from Mars now eats cigars, or whatever the fuck. Ling Tong, Lu Wai Hong, Li Liu, Liu Bao, Liu Bei, Liu Dai, Liu Shao, Liu Zan, Liu Gui, Liu Yan, Li Feng, Li Yan, Li Sheng, Liu Ji, Liu Tong, Liang Ren. This is like a master course in how to mispronounce Chinese names that I'm doing now too. Yang Chao, Peng Tong, Peng motherfucking Tong, Peng Ji, Fu Tong, Fu Jun, Fu Shiren, Bei Yao, Li Zhu, Bei An, Pan Lin, Ma Su, Deng Ai, Tian Yu, Tian Man, Tian Chao, Tian Kai, Tian Wei, Ding Feng, Cheng Bing, Cheng Wu, Cheng Yu, Cheng Dao, Cheng Ding, Chen Tai, Cheng Ying, Zhang Liao. There's a badass if there ever was one. He doesn't really get to do a whole lot in the novel, but he's pretty freaking badass. The scene where he talks Guan Yu down from the mountain to surrender to Cao Cao. There's like more footnotes on that and annotation. Like the hardback version I've got has a lot of annotations written by, you know, scholars and serious academics. And like, yeah, that scene where Zhang Liao convinces Guan Yu to surrender to Cao Cao is like a study apparently in the Eastern, you know, kind of battle of the duty to a friend versus duty to one's lord and the two different forms of honor and blah 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 blah. It's kind of cool. Zhang Yang, Zhang Bei, Zhao Ban, Zhang Miao, Zhang Nan, Zhao Tong, Zhang Xiao, Zhang Xiu, Zhao Guan, Zhang Hu, Zhang Wen, Zhang Wei, Zhao Yun, Zhang Yun, Sun Li. See, it makes sense for Zhao Yun to get captured up here. This is like his home territories. Zhuhu, Yuhu, Cao Jiang, Cao Chong, Cao Jing, Song Xian, Cao Jun, Cao Xiu, Cao Xi, Huang Duan, Shang Jing, Zhang Bling, the guy from Mars is stealing cars, Shen Yi, Zhu Shu, Zhuge Qiao, Jiang Ji, Jiang Qin, Jun Yu Huang. Man, it's going to take forever to pardon and execute all these guys. It's much more efficient in 11. You can't just select all and do the same thing in this game. Zhao Wang, Zhu Yi, Xing Yu, Xima Shi, Xima Yi, Xi Guang. Guys, those are Sumas, not Simas. Xi Yi, Cai Mao, Cai Hei, Cui Yan, Gu Tan, Wu Ji, Hu Ji, Bu Ji, Lu Ji, Bu Ji, Gang Huang, Wang Zhang, Gang Zheng Du, Gang Zheng Zhu, Gang Zheng Zan, Gang Zheng Kang, Gang Zheng Gong, Gao Rao, Wei Yi, Yan Bai Hu, Yan Jun, Yan Yan, Zhu Yu, Zhu Jing, Yu Hu, Wahoo, Cuckoo, Cuckoo, Wei Yan, Huan Fan, Gan Ning, Binga Bong, Binga Dinga Bonga Blinga. It's like, not even me being racist, there's too many names. Huang Jing, Huang Zhuan, Huan Juzi, Guan Kui Ji, you have too many names. K Bening, Ji Fan, Ji Hao Mao, Ji Hao Dei, Ji Hao Shang, Ji Hao Hei, Ji Hao En, Guo Huai, Guo Yi, Guo Yu Ji, Huao Meng, Yui Chen, Yui Jin, Huao Zhao, Wu Jun, Gui Yi, Hei Yi, Hei Yu, Hey Yu, Hey Jude. Shang Hung, Wang Xiang, the Bunga Bunga Bunga, Yang Pu, Bunga Bunga Party, Yuan Tan, Yuan Yu, Yu Quan, Wei Ju, Cao, motherfucking Cao. He's the one we care about. Excellent news! Our Warner Army has won the campaign! And finally, I get to do something I wanted to do in Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11, but I wasn't able to conquer the world fast enough. And this time, hey, to my credit now, obviously he lived longer than he did in history, and so did Sun Tzu. But I managed to win the game and unify China before my main character could die. And Liu Bei died before I finished Romance of the Three Kingdoms 11 by just a matter of turns. Very disappointing. This time I did it fast enough that I'll be able to personally execute That motherfucker, Cao Cao. The proponents of the campaign have occupied all the cities. Gesundheit, pardon me. Within Nebei, they are victorious and the campaign is over. Zhou Yu deeds have risen to 60,000. The captured Cao Cao has... What? The captured Cao Cao has joined Wu's army? The captured Sima Yi has joined Wu's army. Oh, shit! Zhou Yu's personal unit didn't win the campaign, so Zhou Yu doesn't get to decide the fate of the officers. Oh, it never even occurred to me that this would happen. I just lost my chance to execute Cao Cao because he fucking joined us. Join us. Cao Cao is like, yes, the land belongs to Sun Tzu. I would never betray you, not me. You can trust Cao Cao. He starts rubbing his hands together. Meanwhile, the next person to join us, fucking Sima Yi. If you can't trust Cao Cao not to betray you, who can you trust? Well, obviously Sima Yi. I will join Wu. I will serve Wu faithfully. You'll never have to worry about me betraying you. Zhou Yun has been released because fucking Cao Cao and Sima Yi joined us. But Zhou Yun is too faithful to fucking Cao Cao to join us. Zhang Liao has joined Wu's army. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. Deng Ai has been released. Civil Destroy has been released. Yeah, and there were not that I went back and did the research and read through all the comments necessary, but there were created officers who were insisting that they wanted to be killed rather than join. They wanted to die with honor. Well, I don't even get the option of killing anybody here. So Civil Destroy 3, I don't know if your ambition was to join my force or if your ambition was to serve your lord without joining me, but you, to the end, defied Wu. Rosemont Kwanda has joined. Rossman Kwanda Zhao Ren has been released. Mao Baorong has done some. Zhuge Liang has been... Fucking Zhuge Liang just... Well, go to hell, Zhuge Liang. In this version of reality, I hope that Zhao Yun... I hope that you get injured somehow, and Zhou Yu, rather, not Zhao Yun, Zhou Yu. Yeah, jump all over me for that one, Grimmeth. I hope that you get injured and Zhou Yu, like, annoys you until your wound reopens and you die. Liu Bei has been released by Wu's army so that he can... Why would they release him? He... Again, Jing Tsai is like fucking with me. Jing Tsai is trolling me. Okay, Jing Tsai, her true heart is probably with Shu, even though Shu never came to exist. So obviously she's showing, like, you know, she's being good to Zhuge Liang and Liu Bei. Who, even though Liu Bei has sworn to kill Zhou Yu. Guo Hai has been released. Wang Zhang has joined. Oh, great. Now we've won the game, so we're going to get the ending scene, but now you can imagine that in this reality that we've just created, in the years to come, Wang Zhang will be sowing the seeds of dissent and turning my officers against each other. Wang Yi, Zhu Shu, Jiggy Dude, welcome to the force, Jiggy Dude, Chen Tai, Gong Zung Zan. Gan Ning has been released. Fucking Gan Ning will not join Wu? Gan Ning, that's right, Gan Ning betrayed us to join Cao Cao. I had every intention of executing him, but Jing Tsai has a softer heart than I do. Also, the computer just doesn't tend to execute officers at all, unless the computer AI that's supposed to be making the decision is in a nemesis status. Like, even if... Well, in this case, because Zhou Yu killed members of the Cao clan, he would have been killed. But had Cao Cao captured Zhou Yu before that point, despite all of their fighting, and despite the fact that Zhou Yu was clearly the most dangerous man in the world for Wei, Cao Cao would not have executed Zhou Yu before I went and started killing members of his clan. Yang Natsuki has been released. You refused to join us. Good for you. Huan Sui has been released. Xiao Zhao has been released. Suma Shi has been released. Yan Yan has joined us. He should be fucking executed too, though, because he was another officer who joined us and then defected. Wang Ji, Wu Yi, Jian Yu, Guan Jing. I should have checked up on what happened with him. He's been released. He would refuse to join us because we killed Guan Yu. So these guys, the Guans, are going to spit on the offer. Sun Li, I don't even know if he's a member of the Sun clan. Sometimes they're not directly related despite having the same name. Ling Tong has been released. We should have had him in our force anyway. Ding Feng has joined us. Isn't he like a famous Wu officer? Chen Dao, Yue Jin, Cheng Dang. Okay, none of the Jihaos are going to join us. Cao Zhui? Wow, that's interesting because we've made an enemy of his clan. Ma Su has been released so that he can go work for somebody else and screw up. Wei Yan has joined us. Peng Tong has joined us. Pang Tong almost ended. Guan Suo will not join us because we killed Guan Yu. Pang Tong almost joined in real life. He went to apply for membership in the Wu World Order and was rejected by Sun Quan because Sun Quan's a fucking dumbass. So he went to work for Shu. And he got killed very early, but he rendered some very good service while he was still there. These are a bunch of guys. Zhang Fei has joined Wu's army? Liu Bei refused. Zhang Fei joined, maybe because Jing Tsai is she's gotta be. If you don't count the Sun family as outranking everyone else by virtue of being the Sun family, Jing Tsai's gotta be in the top 5 Wu officers in this particular weird-ass version of the world. Zhang Wei, do I really care about the rest of these? Skip a couple there. Is anybody interesting that I missed? Dian Wei has been released. What's the point of skipping them if I'm going to go back and look at them again? Wei Yui! Zhuge Kiao. Dian Man. So another Cao has joined us. Well, Cao Cao joined us, even though we'd been killing his clan members. Yan Bai Hu? He was one of the officers that Wu killed, I thought, and taking over the lands of Wu. I thought they killed him. I guess he went to join Cao Cao after we kicked him out of his own country. In the novel, he's actually killed by Wu. I think one of his own officers kills him and presents his head, or something like that. I forget exactly. That kind of thing happened a lot. Mr. Sirius has been released. Mr. Sirius is Mr. Sirius, we've taken over the land, and now anybody who joins us has a great chance to serve the people and do some good, and there's no place else for you to go, so if you don't join us, you'll never be able to work again. He didn't really get to do very much in this LP. No, he was a superstar in RTK 11, so it's only fair that Mr. Sirius didn't really get to do that much here. Fushi Ren has joined Wu's army. Well, that happened in real life, didn't it? Wuji! Hey, something, take us out and make it better. In the 10th month of 228, Sun Tzu united all of China. The term of chaos had ended, giving way to a brand new age. Got my fame up to 1,000, too.
Our land is finally at peace. I look around and I see the same dream that I've chased for so many years, only now I can see that it is real. We must never forget this day. May we forever preserve the incredible joy that we feel at this moment.
With the shining sun, and the gentle breeze, it was as if the heavens themselves had recognized the deeds of Sun Tzu. It was the first of many peaceful days under the rule of a brand new dynasty. Although when his dynasty warrior at its endings, he tends to hand over the land to Sun Quan anyway, so he can ride off and have adventures. He's
now I've got peace, this is boring, I want to beat some dudes up.
This music is pretty epic, actually. I just want to kick back and listen to it for a second. With the land unified at last, Sun Tzu took the time to recognize the deeds of his officers, and declared that Zhou Yu had contributed the most valuable service during the years of war. Well, fuck yeah, he did! All were in agreement that Zhou Yu's accomplishments had been indispensable in the creation of Sun Tzu's new dynasty. Because Sun Tzu had 2 cities by the end of this whole thing, and Zhou Yu had the rest of China.
Zhou Yu, you have my sincerest thanks. You have worked harder than any other, and I hope to rely on your distinguished service for many years to come. Though we may have succeeded in ending the conflict within our own land, our fight is far from over yet. Now we must invade Russia and Mongolia and Japan. In order to ensure continued peace for our people, we must now work to defend our fair country from the threat of foreign invasion. And we gotta get everybody immune to opium before the Westerners show up.
As always, it is my honor to serve. I pledge to fight for you until my very last breath. It's slipping into Zhuge Liang there. It's halfway through the sentence, I decided I should try to talk like Zhou Yu from Dynasty Warriors 5, and I don't know. Oh wait, non-modern or something. Zhou Yu went on to fight in many more battles, defending his land from any who dared attack. Yeah, because apparently King Mulu is attacking with elephants. Tales of his bravery quickly spread through the foreign territories, and his reputation alone halted the plans of many would-be invaders. It's like Marco Polo's like, I'm gonna come to China and I'm gonna like win the Doctor's TARDIS in like a gambling game, and like, holy shit, Zhou Yu's here, forget it. Even though that's a completely different time in history, and Doctor Who's fictional. So whatever, shut up, JD. At last his life came to an end, and the Emperor and the Screw bid him goodbye with an elaborate funeral. Oh, that's right, Sun Tzu's the Emperor, I forgot. So he gets to wear the stupid hat that sticks out way in front and behind your head and has tassels. I wonder if becoming the Emperor makes him turn into Liu Kang. His legend, however, lived on long after his body had crumbled to dust. After Screw united the land, the dynasty that he created went on to guide its country into a wonderful new age of enlightenment. I can't read, sorry. New roads were opened to the west, allowing for the interchange of cultures with faraway countries. The constant flow of new ideas led society to develop in leaps and bounds. The government did all it could to promote progressive thinking, and the quality of life for all social classes was raised considerably. Just a really nice picture. The land became the model nation which all other countries aspired to be. Screw's dynasty was famous worldwide and loved and respected by people all over. The dynasty prospered for several centuries and became the world leader in the development of such fields as science, art, and philosophy. Oh, and we go into the credits, I assume. And we got the three brothers in the peach garden there. Well, when I finished Rants of Three Kingdoms 11, I decided to sing a little song because the music here is pretty cool. I really should give you a chance to listen to the music, but if you want to hear the music, you have to win the game for yourself, folks. Because I'm thinking back, RTK 11, I sung for you guys, one of my favorite closing credit theme musics ever. And although I tinkered with the lyrics a little bit for funsies, it really wasn't about China, and I feel bad about that. And while this music here is pretty good, it's just a kind of a remix, not a remix, but like a medley of themes that we've already heard in the game. So, think about a song about China that I could sing you guys. Oh, I've got a good one. Turn the volume down here a little bit in my headset so that I can hear myself think. Yeah, a song about China. Something that really sums up my feelings about China in this epic Three Kingdoms period. I think I know. When the sun comes up on a sleepy little town down around San Antonio, and the folks are rising for another day round about their homes, the people of the town are strange and they're proud of where they came. Well, you're talking about the China Grove, whoa, whoa, China Grove. Well, the preacher and the teacher, Lord, they're a caution. They are the talk of the town. When the gospel gets blind and they ain't lying, when the sun goes falling down. They say that the father's insane, and dear Mrs. Perkins again. Well, we're talking about the China Grove, whoa, China Grove. Every day there's a new thing coming, the ways of an Oriental view. The sheriff and his buddies with their samurai swords, you can even hear the music at night. And though it's a part of a Lone Star State, people don't seem to care. They just keep on looking to the east. It's a guitar solo, and I think there's like one more chance to go talking about the China Grove, whoa, China Grove, yeah. There you go, folks. So I hope you enjoy the end credits. Sadly, you guys don't have this in stereo, so you didn't have the option of turning down my dialogue track here and enjoying the closing credit music. I ruined it for you, ha 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 ha. However, we do have our results. Zhou Yu's renown is the renowned wise general. He, started in 194 and he ended in 228, so it took him about 35 years, because he started early in 194 and ended late in 228, so it took him just about 35 years to conquer China. I think he was supposed to be like in his 20s at the end. So he was like in his 50s and 60s. He was an older gentleman by the time he finished this thing. It took 12,458 days unification, so I suppose you could divide that by 365 or 365 point something, because every 4th year is a leap year, folks, and you get the exact number of years. He had 47 friendships, obtained 3 skills. I lost 9 battles. Wow. Oh, probably. I think 8 of those battles were ones where I just went in and didn't actually observe. I just let it auto-battle. I must have done that 8 times and then gone with the result anyway. Because I only remember losing 1 battle, and that's when I almost got that's when I was worried about getting beheaded by Man Chong and made a cool... I wonder if Man Chong joined us at the end. I didn't really notice. But yeah, that was when I made my cool, cliffhanger. Is Zhou Yu gonna die? At a 57 straight wins. So apparently one of those 9 losses were like 57 battles ago. And I don't know whether retreating in a campaign counts. Duels, I had 4 wins, 0 losses, and I had 115 debates, I lost 1, and that was, of course, to the Sleeping Dragon, Zhuge Liang. Save current data, yes, there is no memory card. I don't know how I'm not sure what's going on with the memory cards in this thing. Yeah, new officer portraits. See, now I'm using somebody else's save state here. I should do thanks once again to the guy who did the save state, who provided me with a save file. Because the save file saved me a lot of trouble. I didn't think to look up your name before starting to record the video. Apologies for that. But they were one of the guys who had an officer in this LP as a thank you for providing the save state. And it's our last chance to enjoy this. This is like one of my favorite theme musics from any video game ever. And now I associate it with this glorious victory for the Southland. I didn't really sing any songs about the Southland. I suppose the video doesn't have to end yet. It's only 20 minutes on. I'm trying to think of a song that, that 2 of the guys who were a big part of this LP, near the end at least, Vulture Bobo and She Grimmeth. It's appropriate now I realize I'm annoyed that I didn't get to execute Cao Cao, although I don't think I've got to say... if I was going to go back and execute Cao Cao, I'd have to fight that entire campaign over, because I don't think I have any save states during the campaign where I could make Zhou Yu go and personally take the last city. But yeah, She Grimmeth was given a chance to join, and so was Cao Cao. It's only fair, I suppose. And since if I ever get a chance to LP Romance of 3 Kingdoms 12, I'm pretty much decided I'm going to play as Wei. It now seems like I'm never going to execute Cao Cao as part of an LP of Romance of 3 Kingdoms. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Oh well. But yeah, I feel like in honor of Bobo and Grimmeth, I should sing a song that has a little bit more to do with the Southland. I'm trying to think. There are stars in the southern sky, southward as you go. There is moonlight and moss in the trees, down the 7 bridges road. I'll stop now before Bobo reaches through the computer screen where he's watching this, reaches his hand through my computer screen, and chokes me to death. Anyway, folks, I have mixed feelings about that LP. I feel like it was really rocky at times. I felt like the fact that Zhou Yu had to personally participate in every battle, if we weren't going to lose, meant that I had to do a lot of really repetitive defensive battles. And I hope that some of you guys got through it and weren't too bored by it. I know that I myself was wishing that I had gotten into the mode that, like, the last few videos made really rapid progress, because I started doing auto battle anytime we were on offense, and it seemed to work out really well. It seems like when the computer just calculates who's going to win a battle based on troop counts, stats, defensive cities, whatever it is, seems like it heavily favors the attackers. So the game started moving a lot faster once we got on offense. But man, it was a pretty long storm to weather while we waited for Cao Cao to wear himself out. The 2 big points for me where the game really seemed to drag were when we finally got down to confronting Grimmeth, and we couldn't really focus on him 100% because Cao Cao was on the offense so much. And then when I first made my first big advance against Cao Cao and captured Zhu Chang. It seems like it was more trouble than it was worth and a way to take. But at the same time, I don't understand exactly what the impact of rescuing the Emperor was. And rescuing the Emperor we have to put in quotes because, of course, without really giving me the chance to have an input, and this is fair because I was not playing as Sun Tzu. We have to follow what Sun Tzu, the AI Sun Tzu, would do. And Sun Tzu deposed the Emperor and became the Emperor himself. And I'm not clear on how that works. I think, like, even playing RTK11 as Liu Bei, who was like Mr. supporting the Han, he still ends up becoming Emperor. Even if you get the Emperor away from Cao Cao before Cao Cao can die and Cao Pi can force the Emperor's abdication. I mean, Liu Bei in history becomes the Emperor of Shu Han when Cao Pi forces the Emperor, what's his name? Emperor Jian. When he forces Emperor Jian to abdicate, Liu Bei declares himself emperor basically because he doesn't recognize Cao Pi as legitimate emperor, and of course Sun Quan follows up and declares himself emperor of Wu. But yeah, even if you're playing as Liu Bei, it seems like if you start taking over the whole country in RTK 11 and RTK 10, I guess I could have refused, but in RTK 10. I didn't even get the chance. Sun Tzu was like, you know what, Emperor Jian? You're bucktard and you're not helping. You're out. I'm in. Hail the Emperor, baby. It's good to be the Emperor. He was, of course, before that point, the king. And we all knew the name of the king. It was Sun Tzu. So, yeah. So Zhou Yu gets to serve the Emperor, and you know, we can assume that he goes down in history as like being one of the great leaders, because typically when a new dynasty is started, if it lasts for any time at all, the people who first established the dynasty sort of become legendary figures in Chinese history. And Zhou Yu deserves, you know, I'm not patting myself on the back here, I'm trying to look objectively at what happened in that LP. Zhou Yu basically carried Wu on his back and delivered the entire country to his sworn brother Sun Tzu. So that was kind of fun. You know, it worked out very well. I was having some real frustrations at points during this game, but it all came together quite well at the end. I think it's a lot of fun that I got to capture and kill Guan Yu, and I think it's really cool that Grimmeth, whose force did way better than I really expected it would do as an AI force, and gave me a better fight than anybody except for Cao Cao himself. I'm glad that when Grimmeth joined us, he was able to render service, and like, you know, because you'd assume that everyone looks at him distrustfully, they think that he's plotting against Sun Tzu, but he rendered pretty valuable service when he defeats Guan Yu in a duel. Guan Yu gets executed, which is in character for what Wu would do, and a nice little bonus for me, something I honestly wasn't expecting. I did not anticipate that I would be able to finish this LP while Shi Grimmeth, the AI character, was still alive. I was positive that he was going to die before I could unify China. But in fact, in this version of history, the three great kingdoms are Wu, Wei, and whatever the fuck Grimmeth's country is called, you know, Warble Garble Land, or you know, whatever his country would be called, Voltron Armia. Yeah, but the three great rulers are Cao Cao, Shi Grimmeth, and Sun Tzu, and the other two great leaders are both taken alive and end up kneeling before Sun Tzu, even more readily than they would kneel before Zod. So all in all, I'd say it was a very successful LP. I think so. You might beg to differ. So by all means, pat me on the back. I think the most comments I've ever gotten for a video where I wasn't soliciting for people to join as characters was probably the last video of RTK 11. So let's see if we can break that record. Everyone come out, tell me how great a job I did. I managed to finish this faster than I finished RTK 11, which was a relief, because while this one was pretty frustrating at points in the middle, we managed to avoid having the wrap-up, wind-up phase be quite as big a chore as it was in RTK 11. And I'm ready for everybody to tell me what a wonderful job I did. So pile on the praise, people. No. Seriously, though, yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that came together at the very end. I think it was a fun ride. I'm glad you guys joined me for it. Apologies to anybody whose created officers were not featured more prominently. Many thanks to everybody whose creative officers were featured prominently. Many thanks to people for being fairly, you know, it was only occasionally that people complained that Jinsai was doing too much. And I did get her out of my little force of personal officers I carried around. You know, I think with more than half of the LP left to go. Even though, not by design, 4 units, the ones who were in the best position to do it, surrounded Cao Cao's last city, and it just happened to be that when Jing Tsai's little icon bumped against the city, it blew up, and Jing Tsai ended up being the... Wow. That hadn't occurred to me. Jing Tsai captured the last city of Wei, captured Cao Cao, defeated Wei, unified China for Sun Ce in RTK-10. Jing Tsai captured the final city of Wu, captured Sun Quan, and unified China for Liu Chan in RTK-11. You know, in order to create a perfect streak, I have to, in RTK-12, I'm pretty much now obligated to, I wasn't going to use created characters, because I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to LP the game, but if I ever do LP it, I now have to make Jing Tsai. I have to make Jing Tsai and recruit her to Wei so that she can unify China for Cao Cao. Anyway, folks, well, you've got that to look forward to. We're going to unify China under Liu Chan in RTK-11 with Jing Tsai. We're going to unify China under Sun Ce in RTK-10 with Jing Tsai. No spoilers, but months ago, I have to admit, Bobo and I finished recording. We had a marathon recording session while I was on R&R back visiting the States, in which, through careful staggered release, we've kept it going, but it's actually quite a long time ago that we recorded Dynasty Warriors 5 Empire, Jing Tsai's Empire. I don't want to spoil it, but
you can probably safely assume that we eventually unify the land under Jing Tsai.
So, that was not my intention, but oh god, anybody who thinks that I'm fixated on Jing Tsai, well, here's the ultimate evidence for you. Okay, now we've gone a half an hour, so it's time for me to shut up. Let me wrap up. Thanks to everyone who watched. Thanks to Grimmeth for, you know, I mentioned as a joke that it would be fun to have an AI Grimmeth that I could beat up on, and he kind of jumped in with both feet initially and threw in some ideas, and he also, in part, I think, out of a sense of guilt, but he you know, steered a couple of people towards my LP during his LP that he's currently still working on, as far as I know. Of RTK-10, where he's playing as She Grimmeth with a different face, and he's being like a wandering rogue instead of, you know, serving force. So thanks to Grimmeth. Thanks to everybody else who supported me. Thanks to the people who helped compile information on the last LP so that I could get the stats that I was going to allow people to use for created officers. Thank you to everybody who applied to have a created officer. Even those of you who applied after the deadline and didn't use the format that I suggested, because it's still flattering that people want to be part of this. Thank you to Kowai for making a great game. I want to thank Jesus. He's my personal savior. Big ups, all my homeboys. Yeah, but everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in a future LP. This is not it, channel viewer. We'll be together again, but we must close the curtain on RTK-10. I hope you enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen, and